Welcome to the NEET 2020 question paper analysis of set G1. Now we will discuss from question number 76 and we will see from where inside the NCERT the questions are coming. Question number 76, match the following with respect to meiosis. So here they have given the different phases of meiosis 1 and these are the events, so we have to match with these. So question number 76 is from class 11 on page number 168. So page number 168, then you will find meiosis 1. Yes. So zygotine, it's called zygotine. During this stage chromosomes start pairing together and this process of association is called synapsis. So we will look at zygotine will match with synapsis. A will match with 4. So A will match with 4 only in option number 1. So this will be our correct answer. Now look at the other options as well. Pachytene. Now for the pachytene, it is pachytene. During this stage, the 4 chromatids of each bivalent chromosome become distinct and clearly appear as tetrad. So this stage is characterized by appearance of a recombination nodule, the site at which crossing over occurs. So this is site at which crossing over. So pachytene will match with, again look at this, so pachytene between non-sister chromatids. So the crossing over is an exchange of genetic material between two homologous chromosomes. So crossing over is also an enzyme mediated process and the enzyme involved is called recombinase. So this will match with crossing over. So diplotin. Now we will look at the diplotin. So diplotin recognized by the dissolution of synaptonumal complex. So diplotin will associated with, now more study further, X-shaped structure called chiasmata. So diplotin will match with chiasmata. Diplotin will match with chiasmata. Dikinesis, they have clearly written, this is marked by terminalization of chiasmata. So for this question number 76, answer number 1 will be the correct. Now move on to the next question. Question number 77. They have asked cuboidal epithelium with brush border of microvilli is found in. Question number 77 is from class 11th from page number 101, 102 and 294. So this is a question, this is from chapter number 7 as well as from excretory system as well. So first we look at 294, 77 of class 11th. First we look at 294. So if we look at this page, then we will find, yes, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, is lined by simple cuboidal brush border epithelium. So here they have clearly written. So they have asked cuboidal epithelium with brush border. So in this they have written proximal convoluted tubule of nephron. Question number 77. Now we will also see at page number 101 what they have written. 101. So in epithelial tissues, simple epithelium, compound epithelium, now squamous epithelium. The cuboidal epithelium is composed of single layer of cube-like cells. This is commonly found in ducts of gland and tubular part of nephron in kidneys. Ducts of gland and tubular part of kidneys. Its main function are secretion and absorption. The epithelium of proximal convoluted tubule of nephron of the kidney also has microvilli. So it is clear that this will be the correct answer. Now, Eustachian tube, if you find in NCERT about Eustachian tube, we will not find. Lining of intestine, yes, it is given. Ducts of salivary gland, no. Let's see which type of cell line these type of glands. So, stomach and intestine, so they are found in lining of columnar epithelium. So they are found in the lining of stomach and intestine. So in lining of the intestine is columnar epithelium. Now there is another confusion about salivary glands. So in the next page, yes, some of the columnar cuboidal cells get specialized for secretion and called glandular epithelium. They are mainly of two types: unicellular, consisting of isolated glandular cells, goblet cells of the alimentary canal. So on the basis of endocrine exocrine. Now compound epithelium. So in compound epithelium there is inner lining of ducts of salivary gland. So in this case, salivary gland ducts, the compound epithelium found. So for question number 77, correct answer will be second. Name the plant growth regulator which upon spraying on sugarcane crop increase the length of stem, thus increasing the yield of sugarcane crop. Question number 78 is from page number 249 of class 11th NCERT 249. Now you will find gibberellins. So in this section there is clearly written sugar can store carbohydrate as sugar in their stem. Spraying sugarcane crop with gibberellins increases the length of stem, thus increasing the yield as much as 20 tons per acre. Question number 78, answer will be 1. Now move on to question number 79. Question number 79, again match the following column and select correct option. So Bt cotton, adenosine deaminase deficiency, RNAi, RNA interference, PCR. So Bt cotton, this will match with Bacillus thuringiensis. A will match with 4. Yes, option number 4 is the correct. Question number 79. Adenose deaminase deficiency. So this is associated with gene therapy. RNA interference. This is a cellular defense. PCR, detection of HIV infection. Now question number 79 is from different pages of NCERT. First we will move at of class 12th 208. First we will move at 208. Then you will find in page number 208 they have given, yes, pest resistant plants resistant to insect, Bacillus thuringiensis, Bt for short. So Bt cotton will match with Bacillus thuringiensis. Adenose deaminase deficiency. Now move to page number 211. So page number 211. So page number 211 we will find here, yes, the first clinical in gene therapy, first clinical gene therapy was given in 1990 to a 4-year-old girl with adenose deaminase deficiency. So match this with gene therapy. So a functional cDNA is then introduced in hepatocyte. This is the next one. So RNA interference. Now move on to page number 209. RNA interference 209. Yes, 209 RNA interference. You will find, yes, RNA interference takes place, RNA interference in all eukaryotic organisms as a method of cellular defense. So now we have PCR. Now move on to page number 212. Page number 212, PCR. Yes, molecular diagnosis section. You will find PCR is now routinely used to detect HIV in suspected AIDS patients. So for the question number 79, option number 4 will be the correct answer. Now move on to the next question. Question number Question number 80. Ovary is half inferior in. Question number 80 is from class 11th NCERT Morphology of the Flowering Plant on page number 73, where they have mentioned about the ovary types. Yes, these are the different types of ovary based on position of floral parts. Question number 73. Ovary is said to be half inferior. Plum, rose and peach. It is very well known point. Plum. Ovary is half inferior. Question number 80. Answer will be 3. Now move on to the question number 81. Which one of the following is the most abundant protein in the animals? 81. Class 11. Page number 148. You will find. This is the very simple question. Page number 1. Collagen is the most abundant protein in animal world. So collagen, yes, 81 answer number 1. Question number 82. This is the clear line from NCERT. If the distance between two consecutive base pairs is 0.34 nanometer and the total number of base pair of a DNA double helix in a typical mammalian cell is 6.6 into 10 raised to power 9 base pair, then the length of DNA is approximately. Question number 82 from page number 99 of class 12 NCERT. Here they have written line by line, exact line. Yes, so 2.2 meters. Question number 81, page number 148, option number 1 is correct. 2. No. Option for question number 82, okay. 82, page number 99, option number 2, 2.2 meters. So this will be the correct answer. The first phase of translation is. Question number 83 from page number 114 of NCERT class 12th. Yes, the first phase of translation is the synthesis of protein. So they have clearly written the first phase translation. So you can see, therefore, in the first phase itself amino acids are activated in the presence of ATP and linked to their covalent tRNA process commonly called charging of tRNA or amino acylation of tRNA. So they have written amino acylation, option number 2. Question number 83. Now move on to question number 84. Which of the following hormone levels will cause release of ovum from the Graafian follicle? Now there is a little twist in the question. They have not given LH surge. So in question number 84 it is mentioned, if you see the page number 50, then you will find the clear answer of this question. Page number 50. Yes, this is the cycle, menstrual cycle. This is the diagram of the menstrual cycle of NCERT. Let's read what they have written. Which of the following hormone level will cause? Which of the following? High concentration of progesterone? No. Low concentration of LH? No. Low concentration of FSH? No. High concentration of estrogen? Yes, this is. Now let's see the diagram of menstrual cycle of class 12 NCERT. In this we will find, yes, pituitary hormones. Now ovarian hormone level. So this is estrogen. You can see at ovulation this level is high. So in question they have asked which of the following hormone level will cause high concentration of estrogen. Question number 84, answer number 4 is correct. Now move on to the question number 85. Flippers of penguins and dolphins are examples of. Question number 85 from page number 131. Page number 131. You will find exact line in NCERT of class 12th. So we will look at the option. The question number 85. They have written clearly. Now see at which line they have given. Yes, convergent evolution, different structure evolving from the same function and hence having similarity. Other examples of analogy are the eye of octopus and of mammals, or the flippers of penguins and dolphins. So question number 85, option number 1, convergent evolution. So for question number 85, option number 1 is correct, because it is clearly written in convergent evolution. So in this video we will stop at this question number 85, and in next video we will see the further questions. Thank you.